John chapter 15 verse 7 says, "If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you." This powerful verse reminds us of the importance of staying connected to God, like branches to a vine. When we prioritize His word and let it guide us, our faith flourishes. We develop a deep, abiding trust in His promises. Just like a gardener patiently tends to his vineyard, we must nurture our relationship with God. Think of a gardener who carefully plants a seed, waters it, and protects it from harsh weather. In the same way, we need to nurture our faith through prayer, studying the Bible, and surrounding ourselves with a supportive community. This consistent effort strengthens our connection to God, enabling us to weather any storm and receive the blessings He has in store for us. Remember, faith is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong journey of growth and dependence on God. As we stay rooted in His word and allow it to transform us from the inside out, we'll experience the fullness of His promises in our lives. So stay connected to the vine, my friends, and watch your faith flourish. Mark chapter 4 verse 28 tells us, "The earth produces by itself first the blade, then the ear, then the full grain in the ear." This verse beautifully illustrates the principle of gradual growth in our faith journey. Just as a seed doesn't transform into a plant overnight, our spiritual development takes time and patience. I remember when I first started my journey of faith, I was so eager to see immediate results, to have all the answers and experience miraculous breakthroughs, but God gently reminded me that growth takes time. He showed me that just like a farmer patiently waits for the harvest, I needed to trust in His timing and remain steadfast in my faith. It's easy to get discouraged when we don't see instant results, but remember that God is always working behind the scenes. He's nurturing the seeds of faith we've planted, even when we can't see the progress. Our job is to remain rooted in His love, water our faith with His word, and trust that in His perfect timing we will reap a harvest of blessings. Mark chapter 4 verse 35 says, "Let us go over to the other side." Jesus spoke these words to His disciples, urging them to keep going even when a furious storm threatened their journey. This verse reminds us that challenges and storms are inevitable parts of life, but our faith in God is our anchor in the midst of them. Just like the disciples faced a raging sea, we will encounter storms in our lives. These storms may come in the form of illness, financial hardship, relationship problems, or any other challenge that threatens to capsize our joy and peace. But remember, Jesus is always in the boat with us. He doesn't promise a life without storms, but He does promise to see us through them. When we fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, we can navigate any storm with courage and hope. Our faith is not about avoiding challenges, it's about clinging to God's promises even when the waves are crashing around us. Remember, He is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Section 4. Faith beyond the sanctuary, everyday acts of love. Faith is not confined to the walls of a church or a Sunday morning service. True faith extends beyond our personal relationship with God and manifests in our interactions with others. It's about demonstrating God's love through our actions, big or small. Think about the parable of the Good Samaritan. This story beautifully illustrates that faith is not merely a set of beliefs, but a way of life. It's about showing compassion, kindness, and generosity to those in need, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. Whether it's lending a helping hand to a neighbor, volunteering our time at a local charity, or simply offering a listening ear to someone who's hurting, every act of kindness is a seed of faith planted in the garden of humanity. When we live our lives with open hands and hearts, we become vessels of God's love, radiating His light and hope to a world in need. Section 5. Planting your seeds, a promise of abundance. Friends, I encourage you to plant your seeds of faith generously. Don't be afraid to step out in faith, even when you don't see the full picture. Remember, God honors even the smallest act of faith, and He can multiply your efforts beyond your wildest dreams. Just as a farmer sows seeds in anticipation of a bountiful harvest, we must sow seeds of faith, knowing that God will bring the increase in His perfect timing. Keep praying, keep believing, and keep trusting in God's goodness. Your harvest is coming. Section 6. Your best life now. Embrace the journey. As you embark on this incredible journey of faith, remember to embrace the process. Enjoy the journey, celebrate the small victories, and learn from the challenges. God is with you every step of the way, cheering you on and equipping you to live a life of purpose and abundance. So go out there and live your best life now, knowing that with God, all things are possible.